ever wondered, are there any tips to improve your presentation skills? If yes, this might just be the lesson that you are looking for. Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. I'm Karima, your instructor for this lesson. In this lesson, we are going to review the topic of presentation skills. Upon completing this lesson, you should be able to understand the guidelines to effective presentation and use the three-part presentation outline. So, are you guys ready to improve your presentation with me? Let's begin. First, let's take a look at what is a presentation. A presentation is a means of communication which can be adapted to various speaking situations, such as talking to a group, addressing a meeting, or briefing a team. There are many types of presentations. A presentation could be informative. Yes, like a lecture. Instructional, such as a product demonstration where you will learn how to use a product. A presentation could also be arousing, for example, a sermon. Or it could also be persuasive, such as a pitch product presentation. Besides that, a presentation could also be in a form of decision making, where you need to solve a problem or an issue. So, how can we deliver an effective presentation? I have 7 tips for you. Let's take a look together. First and foremost, always remember to do audience analysis. Always check who will be your audience. Are you going to have technical or non-technical audience? This is very important, as by knowing your audience, this will not just help you to choose the correct topic and determine the way you want to deliver your presentation suitable with the type of audience you will have, but this will also help you to minimize your presentation anxiety. Now, once you have determined your topic, you should now decide what is the purpose or aim of your presentation, whether to inform, to instruct, or to persuade. Sometimes you may have more than just one purpose for your presentation. Once you know who will be your audience, the topic, and the purpose of your presentation, do some research on your topic. Select suitable visual aids such as infographics, handouts, or other props that you can use to maintain and increase your audience interest in your presentation. The 5th tip is to use a presentation outline to prepare and organize your presentation. Next, you should always edit and review back your presentation. For example, in terms of your content, language, and the visual aids that you plan to use. Last but not least, always practice your presentation. Remember, practice makes perfect. Here we have a sample of a presentation outline that you can use in order to prepare for a technical or a presentation of a product. Similar with an essay, we have 3 parts for the outline, which consists of an intro, body, and conclusion. To start your presentation, always remember to introduce yourself first and use a suitable attention getter to grab the attention of your audience. You can use questions, tell a short, interesting story, or a quote to grab the attention of your listener. Then, inform your audience the purpose of your presentation. After that, in your introduction, you can also briefly inform your audience the company profile of the product that you will be presenting, the product background, and of course, tell your audience what your product does and briefly provide overall description of the product, its main parts as well as subparts if any. Don't forget, you also have to give a preview of the unique parts that you will be presenting. So after you are done with the introduction, you have to use transitions to move to your main content or the body of your presentation. In this part, the focus will be on the unique parts of your product. But before you directly talk about the unique parts, don't forget to give another appropriate attention getter to maintain the interest of your audience, as well as provide a preview of your unique parts so that your audience will know what you will present next. Only after doing this, you can present on your unique parts by giving information such as the definition and purpose of the unique part, sources of descriptions, and significance. Next, you have to explain how the unique part works. After presenting all this, you then need to summarize your presentation on the unique parts. Before moving to the last part of your presentation, again, don't forget to use transitions like, yes, finally. So, finally, for your conclusion, you may inform your audience on how to use your product. After that, you can summarize your whole presentation, emphasize again the benefits of the product, yet you also need to inform your audience on some of the limitations of the product, and lastly, end your presentation with a memorable closing. So basically, this is what you need to do to deliver a technical oral presentation of a product. I hope you guys understand. Here we have a sample of presentation outline for Husqvarna HU800 AWDH lawnmower. Okay, so you can take a look at the example here. We have for the introduction, for example here we have an example of visual aids that you can use to show the overall view of Husqvarna HU800 AWDH lawnmower. So if you look at here, we have an image here with labels. It is always good to have image with labels. Okay, we also have an example for the body here, as well as on the conclusion. Remember just now I mentioned that you have to use transitions when you present. Transitions are used to show linkage or connections between ideas or points. So here are some examples of transitions that you can use for your introduction, body, as well as conclusion of your presentation. Okay, here are some transitions that you guys can use if you're asked to do a presentation with a partner or in a team. Finally, don't forget to thank your audience. You can simply say, thank you. With that, we thank you. Thank you for listening. Or you can say, thank you for lending me your ears. Don't forget, use transitions when you present. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you understand our lesson today on the guidelines to effective presentation and the three-part presentation outline. That's all for our lesson today. Thank you. Assalamualaikum and have a nice day ahead.